Have you ever had that annoying feeling of phlegm stuck in your throat that just won't go away no matter what? That constant throat clearing that disrupts your day? Causing discomfort and pain? Leaving your throat irritated? What if I told you there's a natural secret, an extremely powerful home remedy, capable of clearing all that secretion and relieving your sore throat in minutes? Very few people know about it. The truth is, this information is kept under lock and key by some specialists. Many doctors, especially those focused on integrative medicine, charge a fortune in consultations to reveal this ancient secret. But today, you're going to find out exactly what it is, without paying anything for it. For centuries, ancient civilizations have used this #1 home remedy to purify the lungs, calm deep coughs, and eliminate for good the mucus that hinders breathing. But over time, this knowledge became hidden. You know why? Because it's natural, accessible, and the industry that sells expensive and temporary solutions isn't interested. Think about it. How many times have you bought syrups, lozenges, and sprays that promise relief but only mask the problem? The truth is, many of them don't solve the cause. They just create dependency. And worse, there's a common habit that almost no one talks about. But that makes phlegm production much worse: consuming milk and dairy products. Yes, that little cheese or the yogurt at breakfast could be contributing to your daily discomfort. Just by reducing these foods, many people feel an impressive improvement. Now, pay attention. I'm going to reveal to you not only what this #1 home remedy is for eliminating phlegm and mucus in minutes, but also how to prepare it the right way for a fast and lasting effect. A simple recipe that will bring back the lightness of your breathing and put an end to that feeling of an always congested throat for good. And if you are truly committed to transforming your health, do a power combo for me here in the comments. Write, "My life is sacred," and tag someone you love who also needs to breathe better. Your action today could not only change your tomorrow, but that of the one you love the most. Before I show you how to eliminate the mucus and phlegm from your throat in minutes, you need to understand what's behind this problem. And to do that, let me tell you something. Imagine an old water tank, like the ones on top of houses. When well maintained, the water comes out clean, odorless, tasteless. But when that tank is neglected, it starts to accumulate dirt, slime, dead leaves. And the water that comes out is cloudy, heavy, and tastes bad. That's exactly what happens inside your body. Mucus is like that dirty water, a clear sign that something is wrong and that there's internal filth that needs to be eliminated. It appears as a defense attempt, but when it accumulates, it becomes a silent poison, affecting your breathing, your voice, your energy, and even your sleep. And the most impressive part, this doesn't just come from flus or colds. Excess mucus can be caused by inflammatory foods you consume every day, like milk, cheeses, processed meats, white flour, refined sugar. These are the true saboteurs of your respiratory health. That's why, before taking any action, it's essential to clean that water tank from the inside. And there is a natural plant that almost no one knows that does exactly that. It eliminates mucus from the throat and lungs quickly and effectively. And the #1 plant to eliminate phlegm and mucus from the throat in minutes is guaco. Do you know this plant? Guaco, also known as cipocatinga or erva de cobra, is a medicinal plant native to South America, widely used in folk medicine to treat respiratory problems. And what does guaco do in your body? It acts as a natural expectorant, meaning it thins out that thick, sticky phlegm that gets stuck in the throat and lungs, making it easier to expel through coughing. Furthermore, guaco relaxes the bronchi, improves breathing, and also reduces inflammation in the airways, fighting throat irritation and that feeling of heaviness in the chest. And the best of all, it's a plant that's easy to find and prepare. To make guaco tea, you will need 1 tablespoon of fresh leaves from the plant, or 1 teaspoon of dried leaves, and 1 cup of boiling water. Place the leaves in the water, cover, and let it steep for about 10 minutes. Then, just strain it and drink it while still warm. The recommendation is to drink up to 3 cups a day, preferably before meals, to help the body better absorb the plant's active compounds. This tea can be used for a period of up to 30 consecutive days. After that, it is recommended to take a break. The best times to drink it are in the morning upon waking, before lunch, and in the early evening. These are the times of day when the body is most receptive and the effect will be most noticeable. It is important to remember that guaco should not be used by pregnant women who are breastfeeding, children under 2 years of age, and people with liver problems. In these cases, it is essential to consult a healthcare professional. You can find guaco at farmers markets, health food stores, and compounding pharmacies. Always prefer to buy from trustworthy places with guaranteed provenance, and avoid products that do not list the plant's name or the correct species on the label. Before I give you the natural remedy that eliminates every last drop of phlegm from your body, an old forgotten recipe that really works, I need to warn you about something very important. It's no use taking guaco, following everything to a T, if you keep making some mistakes that literally clog up your body from the inside. If you want to eliminate mucus for good, you need to know this right now. Let's get straight to the point. The first mistake is the daily consumption of milk and dairy products. Few people know this, but milk is one of the biggest stimulators of mucus production in the body. It makes secretions thicker, more difficult to eliminate, and also contributes to inflammation in the respiratory system. If you suffer from constant throat clearing, cough with phlegm, or a feeling of a constantly dirty throat, milk could be the real culprit. It's not the weather, nor your age, nor that little cold. The second mistake is the excessive use of processed foods. Processed meats, cookies, soda, ready-made seasonings, and industrial frozen foods cause inflammation in the body and disrupt the entire defense system. They stimulate the body to produce secretions as a way to expel these toxins, but the result is a congested body, breathing poorly, with a feeling of heaviness and shortness of breath. The third mistake is lack of hydration. Many people forget to drink enough water, and mucus, when the body is dehydrated, becomes denser, stickier, and much harder to eliminate. Drink at least 8 glasses of water a day. This already helps the body do a natural internal cleaning. And the fourth mistake is ignoring the power of nature. Some people prefer to take industrial medicines every day, accumulating side effects and creating dependency, instead of trusting what is natural, tested by generations, and free of chemicals. But you who have come this far are already taking a different step, a true step towards your health. And now, grab a pen and paper, because I'm going to teach you the recipe for the phlegm sweeping syrup, the natural recipe that cleans everything out in a few days. This recipe was used by rural communities in the Brazilian countryside, especially by midwives, herbalists, and healers who took care of people's health with what nature provided. For a long time, it was passed down from generation to generation until it fell into oblivion with the arrival of industrial medicines. But today, it's back in full force, and it might be what will free you from throat clearing, cough, and the feeling of a congested throat. This is the phlegm sweeping syrup, a natural combination of ingredients that have expectorant, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and mucolytic action, meaning it dissolves mucus, cleanses the respiratory tract, and helps the body expel secretions more easily. Ingredients: 2 tablespoons of pure bee honey, 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice, half a teaspoon of powdered or freshly grated ginger, half a teaspoon of turmeric, also known as curcuma, and, if you want to enhance it even more, a pinch of freshly ground black pepper. Preparation instructions. In a glass container, mix all the ingredients well until a homogeneous syrup forms. Store it in a glass jar with a lid, preferably a dark one, to preserve it better. How to use. Take 1 teaspoon of the syrup 3 times a day. The ideal is to consume it in the morning on an empty stomach, in the afternoon, and before bed. Continue use for 7 to 10 consecutive days, or until you notice that your throat and lungs are clear of phlegm. Why this recipe works: honey has antibacterial action and soothes the mucous membranes. Lemon helps cut through the mucus and boost immunity. Ginger warms and dissolves secretions. Turmeric fights inflammation. And black pepper activates the absorption of turmeric by the body. Together, these ingredients clean the body like a true internal sweep. Contraindications: diabetic people should use honey with caution or replace it with alcohol-free propolis. Those who are allergic to any of the ingredients, especially pepper or ginger, should avoid it or adapt the recipe with guidance from a natural health professional. Final tip: for best results, combine this syrup with the guaco tea we taught. This duo is powerful and can completely change the respiratory health of those who have suffered for years with mucus, throat clearing, shortness of breath, and chronic cough. So tell me, did you like this content? Was it useful for you? What grade would you give from 0 to 10 for this lesson on how to eliminate phlegm and mucus from the throat naturally? Also tell me here in the comments, from which city are you watching this lesson? This helps me understand how far this message of health, healing, and hope is reaching. If you made it this far and liked what you learned, leave the phrase, "Health is worth more than money," here below in the comments. Words have power, and when you write that, you commit to your health, to your transformation. Share this video with at least 3 people you love. It could be someone from your family, a neighbor, a friend who suffers from cough, throat clearing, or is always taking medicine for their throat. This could be what was missing to transform these people's health. And remember, who shares health, shares life. Now, on the final screen, I will leave 2 valuable videos that will go even deeper into this path of natural healing. If you want to continue learning and caring for your body in a simple and true way, make sure to watch them. Subscribe to the channel right now and turn on the notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever a new lesson is posted. Thank you for being here, for trusting in the natural, for believing in healing. A big hug, much health, and may God be with you.